Hey Scorpio! Hi guys, I missed you. I'm sorry I didn't get to your second reading last month. And also, these January readings are a little late. I've been really busy with obviously the holidays and then also just getting those personal readings done. Um, I have to take care of those. You guys know, right? You're all about money. And that's what we're talking about here, Scorpio. January. Jupiter is still in your sign. You have Mars in your sign. Can I just say Jupiter and Scorpio? Right? Like, astrology said it, and like, look at what's happening. Jupiter and Scorpio is all about revealing abuses and power. And it's funny, like, look at how it's like also taking that Scorpio sexual tinge too, right? Like, all these people in Hollywood, like, women coming out left and right about sexual allegation, assault, right? Like, the Golden Globes yesterday were all about, like, these women speaking out against these men in power. And just like you see it happening, you see that these long-term abuses of power are starting to crumble. All thanks to you guys. No, but seriously, right? Like, as much as Jupiter, though, is about revealing, abuses of power, and, I don't know about you guys, but I'm still waiting for that, one fuckbag in particular. I won't name names. It's kind of a chump. Kind of needs to take a big dump to get his, right? The ultimate abuser in chief. Oops, did I say that? But, like, also Jupiter is abundant, right? Like, and this is what we're going to talk about for you guys, right? We have Saturn in Capricorn. This is cap season. Like, everyone is just like hustling in all their game, and you guys know how to hustle. You guys have like you know how to focus on your money and your career, right? Hey, oh, but okay. So first card out, Prince of Pentacles in reverse. So I was super excited because I was just going to talk about you guys being on your money game, making your like progress in your career. But here we have the Prince of Pentacles, which is always to me like the card, like the epitome of like slow and steady wins the race, right? This is someone who is kind of starting off on their path, but pursuing the dream, building their career, but like not quite there yet, right? But is making moves. In reverse, though, I feel like maybe you guys, I don't know. I feel conflicted with this. I feel conflicted with the Prince of Pentacles in reverse because it feels to me right now like no movement. It feels like that Pentacles energy, like that slow and steady Earth movement, like not really going anywhere right now. Which is counter to what I was going to say, because astrologically right now, this is a good time. Hey, there we go. Okay. What I was going to say astrologically, like the things that are happening with Jupiter and Pluto, and Scorpio, and then Mars and Scorpio is like, there's this drive forward, right? For Scorpio. Like making long-term goals, like making plans. But what this in reverse is telling me, guys, is like almost like there's kind of some business to attend to before you can start making moves. Right? So there is the emphasis, especially with Saturn and Capricorn, of you guys having to. Okay, this makes sense. So at the end of the month, we have an eclipse in the sign of Leo, which is your house of career, right? What I think the Prince of Pentacles in reverse is saying to me is that, like, there's some shit that needs to get right before you can start moving forward in your career, before you can start moving forward in your money. right? And as much as this is like an earthy sign, I feel like what we're talking about is internal. I think we're talking about Scorpio kind of getting it together. Scorpio kind of, with this in reverse, it's sort of like saying to me, almost like there's like some healing that needs to be taken care of. There's some brokenness that needs to be tended to. I'm not saying you guys are broken. You're powerful, right? But perfect. 10 of Cups, 5 of Cups, Hangman in reverse, excellent, and then Queen of Wands. So, this makes sense to me. This makes sense to me. I think there's a lot of like healing that needs to happen right now. I think Scorpio right now, it's time, guys, to like kind of start assimilating past hurts, right? And this is perfect. This is Mars in Scorpio, exactly what we have going on. Mars is in your sign this month. So, what I was going to say is about transforming energy, right? Scorpio is a sign of death, it's a sign of transformation. You guys know how to take like shitty things and like make use of them. Like take your hurt and your pain and turn it into drive, turn it into art, turn it into, you know, number of things. So, you know, it's time to take a step back and go slow. Scorpio, 10 of Cups as your first card out here. I mean, second card, but the first card in the basis of the situation. Says that, like, this is where I got the idea of healing, of the need to, like, nurture yourself, of the need to kind of, like, right now, Scorpio is a perfect time to spend time with family. Right now is a perfect time to take healing, take happiness from the people around you. That sounds weird to say, but it's not like parasitic, like emotional vampire. This is sort of like what like support systems are there for, to lift you up, right? To lift your spirits. It's time right now, Scorpio, I think, to have a little fun, and it's not like party fun. I want to say. I feel like it's more like quality time fun, right? Like this is you guys going to see a movie with a close friend and catching up. This is you guys, you know, going to dinner with family or visiting family, right? This is about Scorpio taking. I just got this vision. I'm not going to say I have vision, but I have this image in my head of like shattered glass. And you know, everything that's like broken can't necessarily be put back together. But there's this idea in like mysticism of soul shards, soul pieces, right? And what happens throughout a person's life is that, and this doesn't necessarily mean literally, it's sort of like psychic damage that happens to your soul. And where people lose, figuratively speaking, like, or not figuratively speaking, like energetically in a way, lose pieces of their soul, right? This is from traumas. This is from serious grief. This is from even like small traumas, but like things that happen over a long period of time that like kind of just chip away at you. And there are a lot of like spiritual traditions that have a practice of soul retrieval, where they go through the healing process of like finding like the parts of you that like went missing and healing them and bringing them back to make you a little more whole. And that's what I'm thinking of when I'm looking at like this card here, when I'm looking at the 5 of Cups right next to it, right? When I'm looking at us starting off with the Prince of Pentacles, where there's all this potential and all this like sense of going places, financially, career-wise, right? Let me just had to adjust something on the camera. You know, this, I want to say this grief, this feeling, this like betrayal, this hurt, whatever it was, this loss, isn't just gonna go away. That's what the Five of Cups is saying to me right now. It's like these things that happen to you are gonna stick with you, right? But that's why I think it's important to start the process of healing, to start the process of slowly but surely moving forward, or like preparing yourself for moving forward, right? Like this month is a great time for you guys to start planning for the future. It might not be the best time to make like big moves, but to like start planning. And you know, to get into that headspace of planning, of like creating a vision of where you want to go, like you have to feel good. You have to feel optimistic, and not just in this like airy fairy you know, self-help positive thinking way per se, but in a like, you know, when you don't feel good about yourself, people don't take care of themselves, they don't do things for themselves. And how can you like take advantage of this drive, this abundance of Jupiter energy, this abundance of Mars energy in your sign when you're feeling like this, right? And it's okay to feel like this, but like this is like you guys, I know sometimes when this card comes up, I see like, you know, letting go of these and like kind of starting to embrace this. And that's what I want to say for Scorpio right now. It's like this feels to me like the last bits of this period. Again, like not like things are just gonna go away, but right on the cusp here, guys, of like starting to slowly like turn your head and realize that the other two cups are there, that you have a life, that you have this bright future. Right? It's not gonna happen all at once. Right? Definitely not happening all at once with the Prince of Pentacles in reverse. Nothing happening really. But it's like I almost see like this figure in the head in the card. It's like his head is turning this direction, and he just catches like a sideways glance of the cups there. And even though he turns back, like he's kind of now like a little aware that it's that there's other things there besides his hurt, besides his grief, besides his pain. And then next one we have the Hangman in reverse. Once again, like coming out of it. And how do you come out of it? Family. I want to drive that in. This card can mean a lot of things, but right now, Scorpio, I feel like your family is really important. And this could be whatever, you know, if you have a close relationship with your actual blood family, that's fantastic, and that's what I feel here. But it's like more than just friends, you know. This is like, I was going to say figurative family, like the family you make, but this feels like, at the very least, it's like people who feel like your tribe. Spiritual families. You know, people who you spend a lot of time with work with, and then like you create this like deep bond. It's a very deep bond. These are people who would move mountains to make you feel better, to lift you up. These are the people you need to be around right now, Scorpio. You know, like there's a lot of potential. There's so much potential in you, but the thing is you have to start seeing it. And the Hangman, it makes me feel really optimistic, as if like you're gonna see it, you know? The Hangman in reverse is sort of like this dude spent all his time like chilling. No, not chilling, but like hanging there. Like it almost feels like all the blood is like rushing to his head. Like all these experiences, all these thoughts, all this reflection has been happening for the longest time. And now that we're in reverse, it feels like all of those things are starting to trickle the other way, right? So like you can, what I'm trying to say here, I don't know if what I'm saying is making sense or jibber jabber. Jibber jabber. Who says jibber jabber? But it's almost like I can see like all of this stuff that's been pooling here, all of this grief, all of this like dwelling, right? Like dwelling. It's almost as if the hangman reverse is like this figure like starting to turn around, right? All this lessons. It's like, when you're like going through something really painful and you kind of, this is like, it reminds me of when I had, of my last breakup, and I sat in my feelings and I grieved and I just like let myself feel sad. I let myself feel all the feels. And then slowly but surely, now 2 years later, I'm like, you know, the pain doesn't go away. It still lingers, but in a way, like moved on in a real way. And that's what I feel like the hangman is. It's like you've been sitting in your feelings, you've been reflecting, you've been thinking, you've been like meditating maybe, right? And with the hangman in reverse, it's like that time is kind of coming to an end. Because what do we have at the end of this basis? We have the Queen of Wands. Power, stability is what I want to say. Ambition, drive, right? Like what I was saying before about the eclipse in Leo at the end of the month. Like this is what I'm feeling. Like this is like that Leo energy of being showy, of like having flair. And with the eclipse, it kind of brings like big momentous moments. And for your sign, it's in your house of career, right? So it's sort of like saying this is why this immediate like car like threw me, but now it makes sense where it's like, okay, this is where we are. My cards are getting a little bent up. I use them a lot. This is where we are now, but like this is where you're gonna end up at the end of the month with that like shift in like what your energy is directed towards. This is sort of like the pilot, the fire in your belly, the pilot. I wanted to say pilot light inside of you is getting relit, right? Like that's what this flame looks on to me like right now on her wand. It's like a pilot light that's been ignited. You can only dwell for so long, right? It doesn't make it doesn't make what you've been through mean less to like try to live your life, right? Like it doesn't. Like I think for Scorpio, like what you do for a living is very important to you. That's like one of the signature characteristics of your sign is that you guys are good with money and making money and like being ballers. I'm sorry, like it's so different. Like I just did the Capricorn reading and I was very energized and I was very energized coming into this, but now I'm feeling like a little heavier. This is a little bit of a heavier reading than I kind of expected. I was very excited to talk to you guys and I still am. I'm loving it, but I'm feeling sort of like a weight on me. I'm feeling like not like this, but like this, or like I'm feeling what this experience has been like, and like now that you're coming out of it, it's almost like you're aware of it, right? Like it reminds me of when I get like my little moods, Cancer rising, when I get into my little moods and I just want to sulk, and then I sulk for so long that I guess the Gemini in me kicks in and starts getting bored. Like, what the fuck have I been doing? I've been staring at the wall for an hour in bed. Get up. Right? And this is like, Scorpio's like getting up. It's like, enough of this. I have to start living my life for me. And I think the direction that's going in with the Prince of Pentacles starting out is going to be material. It's going to be career. And that's a great place to be, Scorpio. Like, that's a great way to get out of your head and get out of your emotions, right? To focus on like tangible things, to focus on the material world, right? To focus on your career, on your job, to focus on your money, on your house, on your health. I want to say health is important too. Remember, we're in Saturn Capricorn for like the next 2.5 years. Saturn in Capricorn wants us to do the work. It wants, if you're not paying attention to your health, you're going to know. If you're not paying attention to your finances, you're going to know it. Saturn's going to make sure you get that big slap in the face that says, wake the fuck up and get it together. So, better to wake yourself up, right? Temperance popped out of me here. Right? Balance. Like, sort of, this feels to me like the movement of that water energy between those cups. Right? It's almost as if like it's similar to the hangman where it's like if you've been stuck here, right? It's like it's starting to get that like motion and that movement. Right? This to me is like stagnant water starting to flow again. You feel me, Scorpio? You know, like be patient, right? The Prince of Pentacles, whether he's reverse or upright or reverse, is like a patient, slow moving gentleman. He recognizes the value in taking your time. Yeah? Be gentle with yourself. Understand, you know, when you understand that something is a slow process, you can kind of like, it almost makes you, frees you up to like just kind of take your time, right? And be patient and like take small steps, is what I want to say. Alright, so we're going to pull one more path card. We'll do some outcome cards and see. Oh. I'm going to pull another because I think this just put that intuitively. Okay. Cool. Alright, well, you know what? I was hoping for something clearer, but we got the Chariot. So we'll go with all three of these, right? We have the Six of Wands. Victory, success, outward success. Like, this is Scorpio making achievements. Having achievements. Making achievements. Achieving shit. You know what I mean? And then on the other side we have the Chariot. Movement. My intuitive sense with this card right now is that like movement is too soon. Oh, especially because we have the Prince of Pentacles in reverse, right? This is almost like premature movement. You know, this is like I was gonna be a little shady. You know what? I'll be shady because Scorpios, you guys can be savage, right? This is like what I was saying before about the breakup, right? And taking your time, sitting in your feelings. This is like you mourning the breakup. This is like you being a fucking, like my ex and like 3 days later in other people's beds after like an 8-year relationship. Do I sound salty? I hope not, because I'm kind of over it, but I still like to just throw, I think you guys get it, right? You don't have to be like, you don't have to be salty to like make a little dig. That's fine. Right, but my point is, I really wanted to make that dig. My point is that's why Gemini and Scorpio get along, right? We kind of have that same level of like, we like to like talk shit and throw shade at people. The difference is sometimes my Scorpio friend, like one of my closest Scorpio friends, like we laugh at like other people's we laugh at other people's expense a lot, but sometimes I'm like, yo, you are savage. Like I'll still laugh about it, but I'm like, you sure? Are you sure you can't forget? Okay, I get it. You can't forgive them. That's cool. You don't want to try it? Okay, that's fine. I feel you. They fucked up, right? That's why it's good to have you guys on our side. I would love to have Scorpios on your good side. Having a Scorpio on your good side is a great thing. But uh, I regress, or I can't come up with words right now. The point is that premature. It doesn't feel like you guys are in the balanced place yet to be able to make this like really momentous move forward that like the chariot symbolizes to me, right? Like that big, strong forward motion. Digress. Digress was the word I was looking for. I digress. So, Six of Wands, like, start focusing. This just came up in a reading for somebody, a personal reading I did, and I like thinking about it in this way. Like, you look at this card, and it's like, look, he's getting like crowned, and there's these waving flags in the big stadium, right? But also, when I read from someone recently, like, it was about small victories, small steps, right? Building yourself up, building up your ego, building up your sense of self, like with one small victory after a time. To me, the Six of Wands is not just victory, it's also about like recognition, right? This is time for Scorpio to start recognizing your accomplishments, recognizing the steps you make. You know, if you're in a period of grief, right? And you're still turned up and like you still have all this like blood in your head, but like it's starting to flow up, it's time to start acknowledging like things are getting better. It's time to start acknowledging. Remember how I said like you looked away and like got a little glance of the cup? Like it's okay to start right now, Scorpio, to acknowledge that like, you know, maybe you're not ready to move forward, but like you see the other cups there. You know that there's something better waiting for you. You know that there's something bigger in your life. If you can take one fucking step outside the door, if you can take one moment to like spend time with a friend, to spend time with family that you haven't seen in a while, I promise you guys, it's going to be so invigorating and so rejuvenating. Right? That's how you come out of grief. That's how you come out of mourning. That's how you come out of, you know, any period where you've just been like down in the dumps. One small step at a time, and then you realize like you like being outside. The sun feels good on your skin and it lifts your spirits. Or, you know, that you can have fun again, that you can date again, that you can like be happy again. Because you have this one moment and then like that just built. Sorry, I don't. um, where did that come from? I'm feeling you guys, I guess. I'm feeling you guys are going through it, right? You've been through it. Whew! Where the fuck did that come from? But it's about proving to yourself that there's life beyond this. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? See, I couldn't even find it because it doesn't matter anymore. Um, there's life beyond this. One step at a time, one day at a time. One happy moment at a time. One good date at a time. Right? One laugh at a time. One small little career success. You work on a project, your boss gives you props. Good job. And you see like your life is starting to resume. The life that you want. Right? And then before you know it, this dude is going to be upright. Yeah? Yeah? Enough of the sappy shit. Oh, Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. I think you guys don't get enough credit for the depth of your emotion, right? Everyone look, and this maybe I'm having another moment with you guys because like I feel like what people's like with Gemini, they just see us as like two-faced and like fake and vicious and with Scorpios, that's kind of the same thing where like people just see that what stands out to people is like that vicious side of Scorpio, but you have such an immense depth of feeling. You love and you love hard. Your emotions run deep. That's why you're such good manifestors. That's why you're so fucking intuitive. Like you have a strong, strong sensitivity. Right? That's why a scorpion has the tail, right? Because it's a vulnerable little thing. Sort of like Cancer, right? Like it's got that shell because it's like mushy on the inside. Cool. Okay, so for outcome cards, guys, Ten of Pentacles, fucking great. Let's get out of this emotional shit, eh? Ten of Pentacles, building your life, building the comforts. This is like career success. This is like putting renovations in your home. This is like taking care of your car. This is like getting a car washed. Like I say that kind of like in a symbolic way, even, but like maybe literally. You know how like when you don't care, you're not taking care of things. You're not grooming. You're not like cleaning your car. You're not cleaning your house. You're not fixing things that need to be taken care of. And to me, the Ten of Pentacles as your first outcome card is a beautiful sign of like um, reinvigoration of like that area of your life. Look how fucking comfortable he is. He's chilling, right? Five of Wands though, like not without struggle, not without inner struggle. You guys, I feel like you're just gonna kind of be beating yourselves up a little bit. And it's okay, but like don't be too hard on yourself. It's easier said than done. I know it's so easy to beat yourself up. Trust me, I know, but just remember to talk yourself out of this when it happens. That's why these small victories are so important, right? It's like I remember that I won. I remember that I accomplished things. Anytime I have insecurity or doubt, it's like, wait, but I've done this before. I've been successful. I know I've been charming. I've been funny. I've been smart. I've been ambitious. I remember me being that way. And that like will slowly but surely conquer this like inner turmoil that the Five of Wands represents. And then I love this as your last outcome card so fucking much. The Princess of Swords. It's like a fresh start in your life. A new attitude, a new like sort of renewed gusto. This is someone sort of starting over in a way. Right? But like right now what I'm seeing in this card, but like this princess is like she's a princess, right? She's a novice at wielding that sword, but like look at the determination on her face. Look at the way she has this sword held high and her leg up, like she's ready to go forward. She's ready to learn. She's ready to get strong. She's ready to hone her technique. You know, she's ready to be somebody who can become, you know, the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Prince of Swords. And this to me is so encouraging when we have, you know, this and then like this slow ass Prince of Pentacles in reverse. And at the end of the day, guys, by the end of the month, Remember what I said about the Leo eclipse at the end of the month and how like this time right now is a good time to heal and focus on like nurturing yourself. And then like I feel like February and after this new moon, it's like you're gonna be in full blown Saturn and Capricorn like manifesting mode, hustling. Bottom of the deck, King of Wands in reversed. Right? What you've been going through is a lack of focus, a lack of drive, a lack of like movement. Right? The King of Wands is like the most focused of the kings in this deck. He knows what he wants and he's going for it with like blinders on. But with reverse guys, like I think you've not really been feeling that drive. You've not been feeling that momentum. That's why I said like the Chariot feels premature. Yeah. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at these cards. I'm just gonna hold up the camera real quick so that you can get a So do you see this energy you're working with here? Do you see how it's like still kind of a struggle, it's still difficult, right? But there's all this promise of coming out of it, right? With the Queen of Wands and the Princess of Swords. The fact that the Chariot is even an option should be encouraging in and of itself. Right? And then we have these beautiful 10 energies. Really soul fulfilling, like great positive energy, comfortable energy, secure energy. Yeah? Scorpio, you made me cry. I don't like that. No, but it's good. It's good. Right? Like, you have to deal with your feelings, right? Alright, so real quick, let's go ahead and pull some oracle cards just to see what else we can see for you guys for the month of January 2018. Hey, okay, 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 okay. I'll take them, take them, take them, take them, take them. Oh, there's like 5 of them. Perfect. I don't care. B, victory, excellent. This is like the 6 of Wands in an oracle card, right? You guys are winning, slaying. The past, you know what I said before about transforming. Like these, it's time to heal the past, right? It's time to, you know, the ancestors. Interesting. It's sort of like we always carry kind of burdens from our family, you know, whether it's like some people believe it's literally like or energetically like in the blood in the DNA like the struggles, but also like where you are in life and where you start off in life is based on where your family starts off, and like their pains, their victories, their loss like informs like where you get to start your life in, right? But it's time to like assimilate those lessons. It's time to like take what you know and like turn it into something better. Take that pain and that hurt and the damage, and like this to me is like reminding me again of like the soul retrieval. And then excellent strength, right? Like you guys, well, I love going through difficult shit honestly because like I recognize how it like makes you strong, right? This mountain is formed over thousands and thousands of years, millions of years, right? Bit by bit by bit. This is like a theme here, like victory bit by bit by bit. And then like this is like the Scorpio card to me in this deck, the Raven Magic. This is like manifesting. This is you guys. This is like Scorpio finding its power. I wouldn't say that for most of the signs, but like to me, the Raven is like the Scorpio card of this Oracle deck. Right? The people who are in touch with the darkness and who can make something great out of it. Who can manifest their asses off. And then, last but not least, we have the Lion. So taking this magic, taking this strength, taking this power, and to me, like this card is leadership, but to me, it's more about right now, like outward directed action. Yeah, like self leadership. Leadership starts with the self and how you inspire people. And this to me is again like very similar to what I saw with the Princess of Swords of Scorpio just kind of coming out of this like dark place and like starting fresh and strong and clean and like ready to move forward. Oh, you guys. Scorpio. So happy I got to talk to you, right? And again, sorry it was late. I was doing personal readings, by the way, in the description below. And there's a link if you wanted to get one of those. I really had fun doing those. You know, like goes to a wider audience, and I love getting the feedback and the likes and the subscribes and the comments. But I've really been surprised by the personal readings and like how effective they are. I've read for people a lot, but I've never really had the opportunity to like really read for people like through a video camera and send it to them like a stranger, like with just a name and a birthday, you know. But anyway, I digress. Those are fun. But Scorpio, big month for you guys. Big month for you to get on your feet, for you to turn away from the past or like turn away from focusing on it is what I want to say. And looking towards the future, making plans, right? Like figuring out where you want to end up. When you do get to the point of like being in the Chariot space, like you know, having a destination in mind. Maybe like a little bit of the roadmap of how you're going to get there. Yeah? Oh, Scorpio, I feel like I need to like shake that one off. That was a lot. But I hope you guys liked it. I hope it meant something to you, and you know, I'm looking forward to talking to you guys next month and seeing, you know, how much you're like balanced and moving forward and like getting your game back. It's time to be like Stella. I'm not even gonna finish that. I hope you can in your head. Be like Stella. I already kind of gave you a hint about what I was gonna say. Get your groove back. All right, Scorpio. Love you guys. Bye.